What up, YouTube? Archnook 417 here. Right now I'm riding the 2015 Yamaha R3. Now the reason I chose this bike is because everyone says it's a great beginner bike, and I wanted to see just how well it performed. So first impressions, very short seat height. I'm 5'11", my knees are bent pretty substantially. Bike feels super small under me, honestly. So you have this kind of weird design tank, and not a typical huge round tank like the supersports have. Getting on the freeway here. Shifting is very smooth. Okay. Wow, that acceleration is decent. Very decent. I guess we're going over here. I'm doing 67 right now. Bike's not struggling. Okay, so I'm in 6th gear right now, doing 64 miles an hour, and I'm at 7,000 RPM. So the bike is not struggling to keep up. You can definitely do highway speeds. The acceleration is actually pretty good. The only thing is there's not a lot of throttle response, so you turn the throttle and the power has to build up. Seating position, it's surprisingly upright. Like, I could sit almost straight up. I'm a little lean forward. Yeah, it feels nice and light already. Wow. This model does not have ABS, so gotta take it easy on the brakes, you know. But so far, clutch engagement, very easy to engage. In 1st gear, on and off the throttle is kind of lurch, jumpy, but when you're at a stop here, you can feel the bike vibrating under you. Stock exhaust is extremely quiet. Actually, it has a decent sound when you get up in the higher RPM. So taking off from a stop, very easy, smooth. It's got enough power to get going, that's for sure. Definitely way more peppy than my old Ninja 250 2007. I can already tell from the short ride already that this is a great beginner bike. The throttle's very tame. Has just enough power to get you going, but not too much to actually scare you. It sounds good too, honestly, when you get up to the higher RPMs. Sounds pretty good. Shifting is very smooth. The gear goes in with no effort at all. You don't have to kick the shifter up or anything. You just move it up nice and easily and it goes up. Bike feels very flickable, as it should. Engine braking isn't too strong. You know, it's got a good amount, but it's not gonna scare you if you let off in a stressful situation. Yeah, this bike wants to make power in the higher RPMs and nowhere else really. But it's definitely got enough to get you going. Definitely a lot better than my old Ninja 250. Yeah, that's pretty fun actually. You could have a lot of fun with this, put an exhaust on it, and just romp it around the city and not be scared to get in too much trouble. Wow, wow. That's actually got some power when you get up in the higher RPM. So Yamaha's R3 is actually a 320cc engine, not a 300. And I'm gonna say this, that you beginner riders or anyone looking to downsize, you guys have it so good these days. You got the KTM 390, you got the Ninja 300, Honda 300, what is this, the Yamaha R3. You have so many choices for beginner bikes. Back in my day, back in 2010 or 2009 when I bought a bike, the only affordable bikes there were was an old 2007 Ninja 250, and honestly that bike is the ugliest bike on the streets. I can say that because I owned one. But yeah, you guys have it real good with all these bike choices, and all these bikes look sporty and performance oriented, and they are. They got peppy engines and they handle really well. Yeah, you know what? I'm really liking this bike already. Brakes are pretty grabby. They'll definitely slow you down. Yeah, the bike turns very easily. No effort to turn this bike. It handles really well. And you know what? Okay, I've ridden a ton of bikes already. I've ridden like 15 bikes plus the ones I've owned, so like 19 or so. I don't know what the exact number is. And I've ridden some fast bikes like the R1 and, you know, all the 600s and everything. But this is actually pretty fun. I like this a lot. If you live in an area with tight roads like this right here, this would definitely be a good bike for lane splitting. California people, lane splitting. You can maneuver it really well, and it's got a ton of power, honestly. Not a ton, but you know, it's got decent power. I like it. It kind of does need to be in a higher RPM to get the power, but you can still get moving. The back brake, very grabby, but not too intrusive. Now, before I end this test ride, I always said I would never go back to a 250 because they're so slow. And they're just, I don't know, I don't like them. They're just not a 600. But you know what? I would, if I had extra money and everything, I would honestly probably consider this bike. Very fun bike to ride around. Oh, very easy to ride. Wow. Actually really good. Yeah, really fun.